Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend D.G. Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/CapesandLunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
I'm Kelly Thompson, and you're listening to Capes and Lunatics.
Hello, Puddin'! It's time for another episode of the Capes and Lunatics. That's right. We're going to be talking some Harley Quinn season. Well, the 3-episode premiere of Harley Quinn season 3. 3 for 3. All right, kids. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, the man with all the answers, straight from Cell Block, New Jersey. It is
Charlie, the Professor Esser. You can lock me away, but my mind is always free.
Woo! And coming to you from Florida, the original clown princess of crime. It is.
Hey, y'all, it's Little Coco.
Yeah! Enthusiasm.
Chris is letting me with his lightsaber. I'm very cool.
Hey-o.
That's why we got the red tinge now.
It changes colors. All right, so yes, so
I want to see a doctor about that.
what, changing colors?
Yeah.
It's not the monkeypox, don't worry.
Tell that to COVID. Anyway, all right, so yes.
Welcome to America.
Why are you wearing a mask? All right, so yes, to this week, Harley Quinn season 3 premiered. 3 episodes.
Oh, HBO Max. You and your random freaking, I'll drop 3 episodes of this show for a premiere.
Is it like the animated thing? 'Cause I swear they do that for young.
No,
what?
Pretty Little Liars dropped this week with 3 too.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah,
Look,
I've been a busy
honest.
girl.
Let's be honest. If they didn't drop 3 episodes, no one would watch after episode 1.
That's not true. People are addicted to the Harley Quinn animated TV show. It's
Okay,
one of
fair
the best
enough.
shows on HBO Max, so...
You know, I watched.
Don't you down my Kaylee Coco like that. First of all, we come for Kaylee.
Yeah.
Everything else is secondary.
Fair enough. I just need her to get
And
hit
she's
on
on the
head.
Flight Attendant, which is an amazing show as well that you should definitely be watching.
No, it
if you
is
have
an
HBO
amazing
Max.
show. I loved every episode I watch. I just don't have time enough to watch all of them. But it's like,
I'm
I
in a
wanna watch
portent.
more of those, but it's like all these superhero shows. I have to watch
I think
those.
she's doing the best out of the Big Bang Theory gang. So shout out to her.
Well, she is.
Bringing up the rear course is Mayim with I think I am Cat is still on over on Fox, right?
And she's
Cat's still on Fox, and she just got renewed for Jeopardy.
Yeah.
So she's got 2 gigs. And
It's the
again,
girls. Where's Bernadette? Come on.
she's Bernadette is going to be appearing. She's going to be the judge in that Night Court remake.
Oh, shut the front door. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think she's
perfect.
I think she's supposed to be Harry Anderson's daughter. You know, his character's daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's gonna be awesome. Oh, we're definitely gonna do that, Phil.
Okay, yeah.
And John Larroquette is back.
Yes, John Larroquette's in it. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Mm.
Now, is the guy that played Bull still alive? Because we have to have him.
As far, unless they surprise us, the only person I've seen like it looks like returning is John Larroquette. So.
Oh, okay.
I would love to see Marshall Warfield again. I would love to see. Oh God, I always know his name, but now it's blanking on me because I got Bull Shannon in my head.
Bleep that, please, Phil.
Get that bull out of your head.
No, he's great. You know, he was the dungeon master in the first weird. It's actually called The Dungeon Master. It was a very cool, horrifying horror film about like the dangers of fantasy role playing, but in cyberspace. And he was cool. But anyway, Richard Mall, thank you.
There you go.
See, the problem is Martin Mall is right next to Richard Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mine too.
It's not Martin, man. It's Richard Mall. Oh, a fantastic actor. I am excited. I hope he gets. Here's my thing. I want them both back because I'm sure they'll do cameos. They'll do something. And no, not Mall. It's O-L-L, not A-U-L, because that's Darth, because he's got his 2 lightsabers, including 1 dark saber, because he is now the true ruler of Mandalore. Moving right along.
But yeah.
So, did you watch this Harley Quinn show?
I did. I watched all 3 episodes they put out this week. Charlie, you said you didn't like the first one, but the second 2 really brought you back. Yeah.
Look, Manic Pixie Harley doesn't work if there's not a tether. Okay?
That's the character.
No, I understand that, and that's what we're supposed to identify with quiet, introverted Poison Ivy. And that's the dynamic they're building, and they built to it by the third episode.
Wait.
What did he just say?
Did he just say he identifies with someone quiet and introverted?
I'm actually very quiet and introverted when I'm not on TV, man. It's...
I don't believe that.
He thinks he's on TV right now. That's cute. So that's what my grandma.
Thanks, Grandpa. Thanks, Papa.
When my grandma sees stuff on Facebook, she said it's on the TV.
It's on a screen.
That's all that counts these days. To be fair,
that's true.
If you're on a screen.
True.
We have more than 4 subscribers, so we're doing pretty good. So.
He was impressed when I told him how many YouTube subscribers we had. He was like, "That's many here."
And you know what? We're doing better. We're doing better than
him on
Kamala Khan. So it's like in your face.
He's rubbing it in.
She had 2. She had Nakia, and
it's because she's brown and a woman. We all know why. The internet hates those 2 things so much.
Fair enough.
I don't know.
That point.
I don't know, Lilith. You seem to be our best. That you're the one bringing all the.
I didn't have you 2 white guys as a buffer.
No. Trust me.
No.
All I hear from our patrons is Lilith.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm an adult woman that has I think a 13-year-old boy, which all our patrons have that issue too. So we're all on the same wavelength. Sausage King over there
is the best of us all.
Okay.
Joker Nuggets.
That is true.
Yeah.
Cosmic Rod Drop guy. We're all on that wavelength.
Whoa.
I'm a sucker for a guy with a powerful rod.
I'm just glad that the Eat, Bang, Kill tour is over, so that means they can wrap that comic book up, because I'm sick of seeing it on my shelf.
Was that like a tie-in?
Yeah, it was a tie-in.
Did they do a tie-in for a show?
I mean, the first couple of them was really good, but then, like all DC things, it went on for much too long. And now it's a bore and a drag.
I gotta be honest with you. I think DC doesn't talk to people enough. I think that is its biggest problem. Because here's the thing. I'm always saying, they say, they don't tell us anything. Yet somehow everything that the writers do in the comics lines up with what they're going to do in the
It's because they were watching the show. They're just trying. They're all secretly trying to create a cohesive universe, and the next like, knock it off! Knock it off!
Yeah. I think that's a selling point. I think that's
specifically the premiere where it's like, okay, shout out to Phil and I, because everything's coming up Clayface, baby.
Yeah!
Everything's coming up Clayface. We're this close to the Council of Clayfaces, Phil. We're this close, baby.
Wait, Clayface? Who's Clayface? Oh, you mean Billy Bob Thornton? Okay.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. That third act reveal of the 3rd episode, so spoilers, kids.
Kids, it's gonna be a spoilery ride.
I am so excited for the possibility.
And he just can't hide it.
I know.
Oh man, why am I blanking on his name? Poor Clayface, the actor who is the best actor in the world, being replaced by Billy Bob Thornton. That is, I want to see, is Billy Bob Thornton in any other episodes? I want to search this out. I want to figure it out. Does eventually the personalities overwhelm each other, and there has to be a big Superman 3 fight of Tudyk versus Thornton. There, I remembered his name. And they have to. I am the real Clayface. No, I am.
Yeah, seriously, they need to make an animated short movie about the Thomas Wayne biography.
Yes, yes,
you need to have that. And it has to be directed by James Gunn because they said so.
How dare they take advantage of that Wayne family?
Those poor Waynes have been through enough.
The pearls.
Who is making a Thomas Wayne biography?
It's Bruce.
Was it?
He's secretly funding it.
Well,
It's his vanity project.
No, he was he was surprised.
I could buy that.
Hey, they already made it. It's called Joker.
No, it's the Joker.
I was gonna say they already made it. It's called Joker.
It's the Joker. He wants to freaking psychologically torture him. Oh my god.
Or he just wants some director to find the lost archives to prove the Joker is his son. Remember Bruce Selfie's kid. You know, the true heir.
The musical! That's where it comes. That's why we get the musical.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine that? Where the Joker gets a DNA test, proves he is in fact Thomas Wayne's rightful heir, and then
don't put that in the atmosphere.
Gets
it's Alfred's kid. Oh no!
I know. Imagine that story.
They're half brothers.
Lilith, heir to the Wayne Foundation.
Lilith, they're half brothers.
Oh god.
No, but no.
They share a mother.
The line would follow the Wayne family.
Mm-hmm. Although the Canes themselves, even though they're crazy as back going on, they got money.
Fair enough. But what I'm saying
is, still got all that Kane money. Don't worry.
If Martha Wayne is Thomas Wayne,
and they're cousins technically.
Yeah.
Word on the curve. As all blue bloods are.
I mean, I'm sure in a lot of universes that is absolutely true. And you know what? I will not deride people whose parents are first cousins.
No, where it's legal, hey.
You know what? All I'm saying is that if it works for you...
Was it illegal on Krypton? Wasn't that a story?
I don't think... Look, I think that there are two genetic patterns on Krypton. There's Kal-El and Zod.
There's Els and Zod!
And then all the ladies probably are all L names, and they all look the same. Maybe like some are blondes. Yeah.
Oh, you
the Aryan race, you say?
You xeno racist. All Kryptonians look the same. How dare you?
Look. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. Have you seen a Kryptonian who didn't look the same? And don't give me any Velsods, which are a different universe.
No, because if the Krypton TV shows to believe, there were all kinds of Kryptonians.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they were all British. Okay.
Oh, yeah. By the 90s, there were all kinds of Kryptonians. But let's go back to the 1930s, shall we? Okay, let's not. Down that way.
Harley Quinn satisfies my ADHD in the best way.
Wow. All right, Harley Quinn is the best hit that satisfies little ADHD.
They gave us Plastique, bro.
Plastique.
Oh, oh, for real though? Here's what I gotta say about Plastique. Oh, they made her a newfie, and she's supposed to be Quebecois.
Oh.
The terrorists in Canada are Quebecois, and you made her a newfie. That is honestly
that's a slight.
Well, maybe
that is a thing that is. Oh, the letters that will happen.
Maybe
all 12 of them.
Maybe she's a different Plastique because the original one that had like meta powers and can blow herself up. She didn't need no bombs in the coat or nothing.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
we don't even know what universe the Harley Quinn TV show's in. We don't.
No kid.
We just know Batman likes to F bats. Confirmed.
Well, we know that. Well, no. And first off,
and paint Catwoman's toenails.
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. No bat has an orifice large enough.
There's those giant bats. I'm just saying.
Whoa!
But still, it's not even as big as a poodle. So listen.
Well, I heard he had a
microphone. Wait.
Here's what I'm saying.
I want to hear Charlie's research on this.
You do know how bat penis orifices work, right?
They aren't even.
I know how every orifice works. Thank you very much. I do my own research.
I don't know what's going on, but I love it. You know how duck penises work, right?
But here's what I'm going to say. If Batman is sexually attracted to bats, which I'm not going to kink shame anyone, although make sure the bats
when it comes to animals, we kink shame people.
What is this?
Unless you're a furry.
What is this? Harley Quinn season 4? I mean, episode 4? What the?
All I'm going to say is that if the bat is there, here's what I'm going to say. If there's no penetration and it's just an eye and a thing, then there's no actual penetration of the bat. Now, if you're penetrating a bat, something is very physically wrong with either you or the bat. Now, we did see Man-Bat in the third episode. And so maybe...
Man-Bat has entered the chat!
Don't even disparage the man. His mother has leukemia.
And to be fair, I think there's a woman bat too. They've done a lot with the man bat serum. I don't even know which man bat that was, because there are more than one. And all I'm going to say is, like, okay, maybe that's some other secret funding of the Wayne Foundation. In fact, if
No wonder Lucius left. He was tired of Bruce's crap.
If the Batman animated series is to be believed,
can we get to the
that was the Wayne Foundation founding the Man Bat research.
Forget the schemes of these rich people. Can we get to the biggest travesty of these episodes? If you don't get married, you got to return that pasta maker.
Yeah. I agree.
Bane.
Bane's not.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian.
Oh my God, I love the story.
If you don't stay married for longer than 90 days, return it.
Oh my God, more or Lex. Oh my God, come on.
Actually, I appreciate Lex Luthor doing the work and finding the capitalistic opportunities for himself in this marketplace.
No kidding.
Because clearly Gotham is a hexscape, and I have to say this: it is sad that Gotham has to be the hexscape for the modern world. Which, oh yeah, that definitely looks like a hexscape, because that doesn't look anything like the world outside my window right now. But let me retract. Let me just go back for a second and
Gotham's in New Jersey, confirmed.
It's everywhere. Every town has a Gotham, baby. Moving right along. So here's the rule. First off, the gifts are for the bride, not the groom. The bride got married. Ergo, by flawless logic, Ivy has every right to keep that pasta maker. You, Bane, are in the wrong. You gave to the wedding. A wedding occurred. Do not be a poor sport about it because it wasn't a heterosexual wedding. What are you, Bane? A homophobe? And that better be a part of the next 3 to 4 episodes. I don't know how many they're going to give us.
Bane, a poor sport,
get out. 10.
Bane, a poor sport, get out of here.
I would no, but the reality is that you gave it to a married couple. The married couple, the gifts are always for the female because a man doesn't need your gifts. How dare you insult the man with your charity?
Man, I mean, Kite Man, come on.
I was gonna say, everything's coming up Lilith in this show. They got Kite Man, they got Plastique, they gave me some Clayface. I'm just saying, they gave us an escape room.
They gave us the greatest hero of all time, Dick Grayson.
Okay, can I just stop for 5 seconds here and say, is the Riddler actually the hero of all of this? Because he literally brings both the Harley Quinn team and the Bat family together to his escape room on the same night to work together to defeat him.
I mean,
and also build crew cohesion.
I could maybe go with that logic if an innocent person hadn't been impaled on the wall.
You assume he was innocent.
That could happen anywhere. To be fair.
And to
you
be
signed the waiver. To be fair.
Even if he's not innocent, he got killed without, he did not get tried by a jury of his peers.
You signed the waiver. Things happen.
You assume, first off,
it's like the
he could have done
waiver to date
honestly, and he seemed like a guy who might have done horrible things. I'm not saying he did, but it wouldn't surprise me if Harley Quinn goes back later to say, oh, wow.
He knew all about those animal orifices.
To be fair, it's the Riddler. He probably did his research. Like, oh yeah, let's invite this guy. Because he's going to raise the stake. I can kill him with a clean conscience. Because he's with Clockman now. And Clockman makes him a better villain. Because Clockman wanted to only, well, at least in some
Clockman classes up the joint.
Clock King! He's royalty, damn it!
I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
No, I know. But, I mean, I have no problem with it, but, they had the Riddler come out as gay in episode 3. I'm like, do you think they would do that in the comics?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I mean...
Yes.
These days, I could see it. I mean...
A guy who has a penchant for fancy suits, I'm just saying, if they can make Alan Scott gay, they'll do it to the Riddler, too. No
people just assume because he's thin and he's neat.
And he's not British either, so he doesn't have that for an excuse.
There's nothing wrong with it.
I could see.
Not that there's anything wrong.
I can absolutely see Riddler is gay. I can absolutely.
I mean, they did it in the Gotham TV show, basically, so that's why I'm saying yes. They would do it in the comics.
No, he was.
Bi?
I mean, honestly, I still say he was ace, but not aromantic. That's the thing. It's like he is biromantic, but asexual.
Yeah,
because I don't think he ever actually had sex with anyone, but he really wanted to have that other person to belong to.
He said he wanted to have sex with someone, but he didn't.
That's not a sad whistle necessarily.
Talking riddle blocked, okay? Come on.
No, okay, look, okay. I know you're not as hep as the cats today, but there are lots of different ways that you can...
Gather around my Papa tells his kids.
In life. Look, man, see, you kids don't know, back in the old days, it was anything goes. It was what made you happy.
I
and
know
if it
the
didn't make you happy, then you
the kids
didn't
use
do
these
it.
days.
That's all I'm saying. You didn't do it if it didn't
I
make
just
you
want
happy.
them to be happy, and if that's...
Exactly.
And honestly, we need more ace representation. Jughead cannot hold that crown alone.
I know. But, I like the idea of a person who is, biromantic, polyromantic, or even heteroromantic or homoromantic, but still asexual. I think that is a brilliant character.
But I don't think no offense. I love the writers at the big two or whatever. But some of them, especially the ones that are writing the Bat book, some of the off kilter Bat books, I don't think they're well versed enough in the spectrum to really write that.
Fair enough, but that's
all that I would say. So they would make him gay without the you know what I mean. That's just the easy. That's the easy out.
That's the thing.
To be fair, short hand disease.
Yeah.
Shorthand disease. But, for those who know, you can see, okay, so that's where he is. And we still haven't seen him have sex with anybody. He
was trying to put his tongue in that...
Have you met everyone in Gotham? I don't blame them.
Hey-oh.
If you choose to be Sullivan in Gotham, I do not blame you.
He tried
Joker Venom, all kinds of things.
He tried to put his tongue in that clock. It didn't work.
Is that a sentient tongue?
First off, tongues aren't your penis, Phil. I don't know.
They were kissing at the awards, dumbass.
Yes, but that isn't necessarily sexual. You can do a performative activity that isn't sexual.
Are you saying gay for pay? What is going on?
Here's what I'm going to say. Much like the theme of the episode, sometimes you do things to make your partner happy.
Thank you till you make it.
In the butt is fine. This is okay. I'm going to give you my philosophy of life.
I like everything.
Life, okay, which is that you put the other person before yourself.
Yeah.
And in true love, the other person puts you above themselves. So you are in this constant state.
Look at the puzzled look on Lilith's face.
Trying to make... Okay, this is what a healthy relationship is. So I understand why Lilith might not know what that is.
I don't care about anything.
Relationship, you rule through fear. That's the Lilith Hellfire Handbook.
Fear and tyranny.
That can work too. That can
consensually, of course.
NDAs, it's all good.
You know what? No, I'm not going to say that's bad either. There are people that, quite frankly, want to be in that position, as they say. It's just a question of how do you approach things and how do you work things and how do you be happy with what you're doing.
Is that a lightsaber in the background, or is this talk just getting Charlie excited? Or is this talk just getting Charlie excited?
You know what? There's always a lightsaber in the background somewhere. That's
the Villy Awards I want to do now.
The Villy? Oh, yeah.
I felt that the Joker got off too easy.
Hey-oh!
No, he does. He's too glorified.
Who's doing the Joker in this? Is that Alan Tudyk again?
It sounds like it, I think.
It doesn't. Yeah, it's not Mark Hamill. I know that. When they ask him, you got to pay him. The man has enough money to retire. He doesn't need to do it. Tristan's asking if Mark Hamill still does the Joker.
When they ask him to, and as long as the real Batman's around, he'll do it.
Yeah, well, he'll do what he needs to do when he needs to do it. But in this moment, I don't know. To me, I feel like...
Yeah, it's Alan Tudyk as Joker, Clayface, Calendar Man, Dr. Trap, Condiment King, Firefly.
He's good at it. I'm not gonna...
Wow, they got their money's worth.
Alan Tudyk is a, jack of all trades. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in like a derogatory term.
He's a modern-day Mel Blanc. He's doing great. And honestly, I hope he has a lifetime of...
He's basically the white Phil Lamar, if we're being honest. Phil Lamar does a lot of voice work for DC as well. Animated side, so.
And to be fair, this is something I said recently about Mark Hamill. He does a lot of voice work, because, quite frankly, it's easier. And he already has enough money from the Star Wars stuff that he can do what he needs to do, and he does what he has to do, and he lives a full life as an actor. And as an actor, honestly, anyone who becomes an actor to be a star, you don't even know why you're being an actor. You're a very bad actor. Please stop.
Well, tell that to Tom Cruise.
No, I don't think Tom Cruise did it to be a star. He just got to be a star. I mean, that's my belief. I could be wrong. If that man falls on hard times and is doing cartoons and he's mad about it, then to me, Tom Cruise, you never should have been an actor in the first place. Because to be an actor is to be an actor. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're doing a big thing or a small thing. You're just existing and being in the role and having fun making a performance. And for the best, that's what it is.
I think they did a great job with these 3 episodes. I am excited about episode 5 of this season because obviously Swamp Thing. I don't know if you guys know that it's episode 5 is supposed to be a Swamp Thing episode.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, which Swamp Thing?
The original Swamp Thing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. They've gone through a couple, and in fact, freaking Woodard was Swamp Thing for a minute there, but
Woodrow.
Yeah. I don't know, the guy that made Poison Ivy mad,
Wood, Jerry, Wood.
Alan Scott's weeping in the background, guys.
Hey-oh.
Alan Scott is an awesome character.
Oh God!
He needs to just have a full life,
Okay, I'm looking at the episode titles. Okay,
another Sharky adventure that must be King Shark. Must be.
Episode 6, Joker: The Killing Vote. Okay, here's the.
Oh, is he running for? Oh well, I guess because
maybe.
Yeah.
Gordon's unopposed now.
Batman Begins Forever.
Yes, Batman Begins Forever. Yes.
I am worried about Gotham as just a.
I wish Gotham was a real place because rent has to be $150, bro. It has to be. Utilities included, and I would take the risk at this point.
No,
in this economy, I'd take the risk. I'll eat the Joker fish. I'll inhale the venom. Just give me cheap rent, man.
I gotta be honest with you, I'm inclined to agree that something's wrong in Gotham. And that everyone's there. Actually, part of me thinks that there's something in the water that's just... I think at the end they're gonna be like, it turns out that there's just been a massive cocaine deposit in the water supply of Gotham. That's why everyone wants to live here. Everyone's addicted to Gotham water. And once we filtered out the cocaine, suddenly... no one wants to live here anymore.
Oh my God, that's the chemicals the Joker fell in. Some kind of super cocaine.
They turn on pure white. I'm just saying. Colombian grade.
Oh my God. What about the beginning of the Villy Awards when Joker, they got Joker on video, about this hit Jason Todd again. It's like, I have to go host the Villies.
That wasn't really
Jason Todd.
No, I know. Well, it really wasn't Jason Todd, Charlie.
Well, here's my question on this, because Tristan asked this, does Jason Todd exist in this universe?
Yeah, he does.
Well, but does the Red Hood exist?
Have we seen him yet?
Has he come back as the Red Hood yet? I don't think we have. And honestly, I really want Jason Todd to beat the Joker with a crowbar.
Well, he's already done that.
Not in the cartoon yet.
Oh, okay.
Not in the stuff Charlie watches.
Framed. What are you talking about?
Not in the stuff Charlie watches.
And quite frankly, you need to kill him with a crowbar. Because honestly, he's the freaking Joker.
No, we blow him up. You see.
Oh, you silly children. Joker has plot armor.
I know
Maybe not for long.
Oh!
Word on the curve is, but he's not going to stay dead. But they're going to kill him for sure.
Spill that tea.
It's like the last thing they can do. It's the last thing they can do.
Lilith,
he's not going to stay dead. We all know this, but they're going to do it.
I know, and they killed him in his first appearance too. So it's
they always do that though. He always escapes some kind of death trap and comes back.
No, but they actually killed him in his first appearance, and they said, "I guess we should bring him back from the dead, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we should probably bring him back." And in fact, I actually believe Joker's the first guy to come back from the dead because of fan demand.
Jesus would like a word with you.
Maybe with the exception of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is the one guy who might predate the Joker. But if you...
Because boy did Conan not want to do it! Sir Arthur Conan Doyle did not want to do it.
He really did not. But there was a lot of demand. But Conan...
Speaking of cocaine...
That's a weird thing. There was recently a Jeopardy question about Milton. I have no idea when Milton lived. The guy who wrote Paradise Lost. I assumed he lived in the 30s. He actually was apparently a contemporary of Galileo.
Yeah.
What the F, man?
That's how good that story is, though. It feels contemporary and timeless. So
exactly. Well, I mean, that's why apparently he's a good writer. So good for him. But no, nothing else he's ever done. But that one was a good one. So good for him. And in the meantime, it's like, well, when does this character show up, and where does it all go? I know that Sherlock Holmes. And again, with Conan Doyle, I know he was a contemporary of Houdini, who was in the 20th century. So whether or not Conan
O'Brien,
whether or not Conan Doyle brought back Sherlock Holmes before the Joker came back, I don't know. And it's a real open question. Brian Cronin, look it up. Tell me who's right.
Oh, and I also think it's really cool that they got a Mexican-American actor to play Nightwing. So shout out to Harvey Gillian.
Nice.
So that was fun.
I thought you did a good job.
Is Dick Grayson Mexican now?
No, I'm just saying, like it doesn't matter for voice acting, and that's my hot take, I guess.
I think my voice is just serious enough.
Exactly.
To be fair,
unless it's something that Cree Summers is doing, then it has to be Summer Cree. That's my only exception, I guess.
To be fair, it works for him. I actually really enjoyed the character. I really liked the story. And again, I like him being, I think I'm just serious enough. I liked that weird side note about him letting somebody kill somebody else, or letting Vigilante kill someone, and that made him feel like a failure as a Batwing. And I'm sure this is some DC Comics lore, but I don't even know the story, but it resonated for me. I was like, oh, I can totally see that happening. That worked.
I love it.
And again, it's why I love Teen Titans Go, because you can see Teen Titans Go, self-reflective, obsessed Dick Grayson being that Dick Grayson. This is like adult Dick Grayson Nightwing stuck in his own head. And that's beautiful.
I love the interaction between him and Damian Lilith. You know this would be him and Damian if they would let them go that far in the comics. You know, just him giving him the finger from the Batmobile and just, hey dickhead.
Exactly.
But again,
that Damian rings true to me.
At the end, who does Nightwing go with? The macaroni. In the macaroni costume.
Because macaroni got that what? Never mind.
Well, hey, look, I ain't gonna judge. I don't judge circus folk.
What does macaroni sound like when you eat it? I'm just saying, of course.
Hey! You go by the current comics, Little Hellfire. Alfred left him a vast fortune. So.
Well, he'd been embezzling from the Wayne Foundation for years. So
he left it all Dick Grayson.
Like all sidekicks do, Roy. It's what you do.
It's how you survive when you have an idiot billionaire patron.
Exactly.
No, you're not.
If only we could get one. Hey, Bezos! I've gave you enough of my money. How about you give back?
Yeah, well.
You need the money. Gimme.
That's not happening. Anyway.
Or his wife. She took half when they got divorced. Yeah. So either way.
All right.
Comics?
Yeah, I was gonna say, should we?
Comics. Let's talk
comics.
Okay, I got
Phil's
Indies.
Comics Corner.
I got Radiance. What do we want to talk?
What you want? I got Indies. I got.
Okay, look. look, let's open up with Wild Cards, number 1.
Ooh.
Based on the works of George R.R. Martin. Now, nobody likes it. Okay, that's fine.
I didn't read it. No, I didn't read it. I don't know what Will's problem is.
I'm still very upset with him right now. Right?
Oh, well, he has COVID.
Of winter, sir!
Look, he has COVID. Maybe he'll be dead soon, and then someone else can finish it.
Wow!
Oh my God! Let me just, as a Game of Thrones person, highly visible Game of Thrones fan, that is at Charlie Esser, 2 E's in the middle.
Look,
for Extinction Event.
Look, all I'm saying is either it's written or it's not, and it's a story. It's a pretend story, people. So just let it be.
It's literally been like 2/3 of my life I've been waiting on this damn book.
Okay, so Lilith, I will wager that the first Wild Cards came out before you were even born.
Yes, no. I like some of his other stuff, but Game of Thrones is
so
my
what I'm going to tell
priority.
you is the reason why Wild Cards really struck me is because at the time that I went to like one of my first big comic book conventions where I met Brandon Braga, who was doing DS9 at the time. Or no, actually, who was doing Star Trek Next Gen at the time, I think. I was so excited about everything I saw. I was a young person.
They just couldn't hide
And I met Scotty. That was great. It's also sort of a weird thing for me because he was cool, but, you know. Anyway, the whole thing about that's not even the point. The point is Marvel had a booth there. I went to the because back then you could just walk into things, like when Marvel was doing a presentation. You're like, oh wow, in that hall? Well, let me go in. And you just walked in line and you sat down, and there was the heads of Marvel saying, "Here's our things," and they were talking about this crazy new series they're doing called Nomad, where he wears the sunglasses that always reflect, because that's who he is. Who he is hidden. But he's just a reflection of the world. And they said, we also got this new hit called Open Space and Plastic Forks and a bunch of really great series, which are all really great. Honestly, Open Space is to this day one of my favorites.
Was this the mid-80s?
Late 80s, you know.
Yeah, because I remember around that time Marvel was launching all that weird stuff that never stuck.
Oh, but they were all perfect, and one of them was Wild Cards, and they were talking about this Wild Cards by this crazy young kid they got called George Martin. And George Martin's idea was, what if you had this big bomb, much like the Terrigenesis myths that we later see, show up and just start turning everyone into crazy monsters and stuff. And this seems to be some kind of a prequel to it. I later found out that my first girlfriend was like, no, I'm too super big into the novels. I'm sorry, there are comic books about this. We get the origin of Dr. Tachyon in this. We get a whole bunch of fun stuff in this. And I really enjoyed it. There's this great villain who's got like his face half replaced by like solid steel, which quite frankly, I understand that's because he's like a World War I or World War II veteran who had his face half blown off. But in this moment, you're kind of sitting there saying, well, gee, why didn't they just do like solid, like brushed steel? I bet you that would have looked even better to people if they had seen it rather than some fake, uncanny valley thing. There's this whole thing, everyone's like, it's the Martians, I tell you, and sure enough, it was. Everything, there's a character named Jet Boy in this who is trying to write his book about his time in the war as a super advanced test pilot that they wrote comic books about. He's super cool. I am excited about Wild Cards number 1. I'm looking forward to Wild Cards number 2. What did you people read this week?
Lilith. What do you mean, you people?
All you people. You're both people.
I identify as a sentient void, first of all.
Hey-oh.
Anywho,
what people doesn't?
I finally found a DC cash grab that speaks to me, and I don't know how to feel about it. It's like Justice League meets Pacific Rim. So it's the end of superheroes has ended, and the age of mechs.
That mech thing, yeah.
So it's like Power Rangers, Justice League, and Pacific Rim.
Got her!
Yeah, it was like, okay, whatever. And I wasn't familiar with the artist or the writer, but I liked it. So basically what it is, at the end of World War II, Earth got invaded by, like, mechanized parademons from Apocalypse. And so they, the Justice Society of America was wiped out. And so they had to build these machines in place of their superheroes. And then finally, like, Superman comes, of course, because with his own war suit, and that's where they kind of develop it. And then they start doing it for, like, the Flash and Batman and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to the toys because clearly, this is what this was built for.
To that extent, please watch Avengers Declassified this week because it's all about the toys. All right.
Sweet. You son of a bitch on that.
It's all about
I love toys. Phil knows that.
As well you should. I mean, they're delightful, but, sometimes the comics have to find a way to integrate the toys. But I'll be honest with you.
Doesn't Teen Titans, the original series, know that? And doesn't Young Justice know that?
I will tell you this. Secret Wars knew that and did it flawlessly.
That's the reason they did a Secret Wars for them toys.
Exactly.
Well, Marvel and Mattel. Well, no, actually, it was Marvel and Toy Biz for a really long time that had a long-standing business relationship.
Yeah, I'm
but
just
that
saying
was the
there
90s.
There was a lot of money left on the table with Secret Wars. So.
Secret Wars! Stay tuned later this week for the first 3-episode review of that. The first 3 issues.
Yes, that's what I plugged a few seconds ago, Philip. But thank you. Philip, do you have a book this week you'd like to talk to us about?
Oh, am I going to get 30 seconds? Okay, did everyone read...
You can get as much time as you want, man.
You blew George R.R. Martin for 20 minutes, and Lilith got, 2 minutes.
That's all I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
You have more to say? I thought Lilith was done with the conversation.
Or is this your show also, Charlie Esser?
Philip, leave him alone.
And
plug your damn book. Gelman.
Did everyone read Radiant Black?
There's 2 Radiant books this week.
Did.
But I did read them.
Yes, I did.
I knew
Radiant Black.
You knew it was coming, but Nathan got the powers back.
It's good. But Philip, tell me your thoughts first, and I will be quiet.
All right. No, I mean it's good. Like I said, I knew it was coming, but it was still satisfying when Nathan gets the powers back. And we got, what is this, the Radiant Black Revenge Squad? Like his Sinister Six almost.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, the 5.
Yeah, again, it's not literally 6, but yeah.
Rightful 5!
They're mad about the numbers. Although,
it's gotta be divisible by 5.
But they actually did the science.
The thing about it is that it is literally just this. It creates this situation where, you know what? Whenever a Radiant Black is almost dead, I can go to the next guy, and then they can be the Radiant Black. And then when he's almost dead, I'll go to that back to that guy. And I am loving the idea that the Radiant Black is like, oh no, I'm just here to defend the universe. You meat puppets are great. I love you guys. Don't ever change. But quite frankly, this is going to be a rotating door. We'll let that guy get better, and then I'm going to jump to the next guy. And that's even a thematic of this, with the idea that the other guy wants to take the power from the Radiant Black. And it's like, as soon as I can get this from you, I'll take it from you. And it's like, you'll have to kill me to do that. And then it's like, he's almost dead. He's not dead yet. Well, as luck would have it, that means the Radiant Black has said, hey, how you been, man? Let's go beat up some people and save your friend, okay? And now the Radiant Black is now whoever needs it at the moment. And I love that fact. I love that idea that the Radiant is evolving. The Radiant is saying, you know what? I can just jump into any person who wants to do good. And quite frankly, if I can find a group of people that are attuned to me, I can just jump from one to the other and then back to the first. And then back to the second when the time needs.
Talk about your polycules.
Well, you know what? Quite frankly, every superhuman alien entity doesn't want to be tied down. Unless you're Venom, that's why they didn't like him. It's like, no, man, just Play the field. See what's out there.
He's like, it's just something about these muscles. Is that a sentient tongue? Anywho, I know we've had Kyle Higgins on, and we love Kyle Higgins, but we need to have Marcelo Costa, because I love this freaking art.
Yes.
It's really what makes the book for me, especially, you know, with like the fighting scenes and stuff, because this is a punch 'em up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
So you get working on that.
The art is fantastic.
I want more artists. I love the writers.
First.
We love the writers, but I want more artists.
I bring who answers the emails.
Touche, sir. Touche, good sir.
More of you DC people need to step up.
To that end, I'm going to recommend that we reach out to Chuck Brown, who has an Image comic coming out soon called Flawed. He works with my favorite, David F. Walker, on Bitterroot, and he has a new series coming out called Flawed about a psychiatrist who kills people. So I'm there for that. Yes. So anyway, is it my turn now?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I'll toss out the other Radiant book tonight. This is Radiant Red. And this was as cold as ice, willing to sacrifice everything. And it's just like when the villain talks to the superhero. I've been having so many conversations about this. About how the villain being so certain of their moment. And the superhuman just being like, yeah, I'm going to play my game. And in this moment, when the supervillain, the brilliant supervillain who is coming at every angle, agrees to let her be a part of the team, you know, she then, if you don't remember, she was stealing some kind of insanely volatile compound, super poisonous, but she shakes hands with all the mafia guys who are buying it, because that certainly was a smart idea on their part. Don't shake hands with people. Listen to Lilith Hellfire. Don't even touch people. She knows. When they actually go to weigh the stuff, hey, there's like 6 ounces missing from this amazing super deadly formula that we asked for. And then they all die right at the time, as you do. Because even though she was touching them and it was super deadly, they all politely waited until she was done. Anyway, they all die horribly, as you do. You know, I'll be honest with you, I'm sometimes confused as to who her husband and who her boyfriend is. I'm actually a little mad about this because I kind of feel like they don't draw her similarly every issue. And it is an annoyance to me, but it's okay.
Are you sure you're not coming down with Gotham face blindness?
Gotham, I mean, it's entirely fun.
Metropolis.
Look, all I'm saying is she's an Asian character. The artist's name is French, which doesn't necessarily preclude him being Asian, but still, it's like, okay. Anyway, she turns herself in at the end. We tie up some loose ends with like her boyfriend or her husband or somebody, and she's going to jail. And we reveal that she actually gave Original Radiant Black the money to pay for his hospital bills, so that's good. But no, I love
Radiant's got to
Black.
stick together, man.
You know, I love the Radiant series. Radiant Red will return. They'll tell us when. Sometime later.
Lilith?
Did you pick up Public Domain number 2 this week, Dark?
No, I did not.
It's out, buddy!
Oh, is it? Okay. No, I didn't.
Okay, so, like, seriously?
Still as good as the first one?
I love this book. Chip Zdarsky, writer, artist, he just literally is in control of his whole, narrative. And it's just such a fascinating meta-commentary about the exploitation of the comic book world, the industry and stuff. And, like, how they get their shekels. It's just, it's tongue-in-cheek, but it's still, if you read between the lines, you ain't got to squint that hard. Very fascinating. I love number 1. Number 2 is even better than the first one.
Really?
Yeah. The brothers are at it again. They're trying to track down the Sammy Sockham character. And then I love the copy because they're like, yeah, hey, speculators, this is the first appearance of Sammy Sockham. You should maybe pick it up. I love everything from front to cover. It's very well thought out. I like this book a lot.
Oh, yeah, it's full of meta commentary. At least the first one was, yeah.
I think that's the whole point of this book, and I'm like, Chip, sweetie, don't you know you're at the big two writing two of the biggest books right now? Like, what are you doing, sweetie? He's got the freedom now, though, so I guess he was like, this is the perfect time to publish this.
Or maybe it's all right as long as he doesn't put it in one of the big two's books. I guess. Yeah,
I mean, I don't see a lot of people talking about it, so I can't recommend this book enough. It is really good if you're into that kind of thing. If you're into like hashtag with petty lifestyle like Phil and I, perfect.
That's right.
For what it's worth, there are parts of the big two that are totally cool with it. Teen Titans Go, absolutely cool with every bit of meta nonsense commentary. We're on a very aggressive schedule. And there are many parts of Marvel that are absolutely
Teen Titans Go is the equivalent to MTV's ridiculousness. It is always on.
What I'm going to say is, though, at the same time,
like Cartoon Network
that budget, someone approved that script. There's a fifth column in the Warner's network that says, yes, let them know. Let them know the truth. And it is being told to Teen Titans Go, and that's why I love Teen Titans.
And do you want to anger Chip? He has Daredevil right now. He has Batman right now. Do you want to anger?
Yeah, I mean, no. And they know it's true at the end of the day, so. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's thinly veiled, and that, that's the best satire when it's thinly veiled. It's giving very much Rosebud, if you know, you know.
And to be fair, that's what the mouse loves. The mouse loves, yes, please make fun of us thinly veiled.
Do I own you yet?
No, and that's the thing. It's like, and to be fair, it's sort of like, when you talk about any kind of creator rights stuff, it's like, well, that was then. And we should be able to accept that, yes, in the past it was a horrible time. But now we're in the future.
And if I didn't mention it, it's Image Comics. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Image Comics, which is actually a Marvel subsidiary.
Is it?
Isn't it?
No. They were going to buy IDW, but they backed out, not Image.
I don't know. It has some. I think there's some stocks owned. I don't know.
I don't think Todd McFarlane would like that very much, but okay.
Well, as long as it isn't public, who cares?
Whoa.
If you're just a side piece, no one cares, but you still care what your side piece wants.
Kumar.
It all gets complex at the end of the day. It's all corporations all the way down.
Yeah, of course.
It's like turtles.
Turtles! Alright, alright. A friend of the show, Jed McKay. Anybody read Strange number 4?
I did.
Yes!
I'm all on board.
Okay,
the hype train is good.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
let me just say that Marvel had a really great week this week, and I'm not just saying it because Gambit #1 finally came out.
I was going to ask.
Genis-Vell, Captain Marvel #1 also came out.
Yes.
And we had Iron Cat #2 that came out, and then Strange #4 came out, and Ant-Man #1 came out. Finally, we're feasting children. Finally. But yes, Strange 4 was my favorite. Sorry, Gambit, you're the second.
I mean, Gambit was good, but it's one of those books set in the 90s.
It's a throwback book.
It's between Kid the X-Men 266 and 267. I want a present day Gambit book,
Exactly.
Or a Gambit
Mr.
Road
and
book.
Mrs. X.
Again, I know.
Anywho.
Well, we know what killed that. Krakoa.
Yeah. But yeah, listen. Clea is she is so capable and in more ways than Steven could ever dream of being. And I just love a competent person, especially when it comes to the magic in Marvel. Like, she's not arrogant about it. It's just so refreshing.
And just, Jed does his homework on characters. I mean, we get Shadow Knight this time.
I definitely feel like this is definitely a love letter. I feel like he's like, she was wrong so many times. She's not just a sexy sidekick.
And Clea's uncomfortable dinner with her mother.
Relatable.
Oh my god. Yeah, just... Oh, this is where you live now? This is the job you have? The menial Sorcerer Supreme?
I feel like that was meta commentary as well.
I know, it was just like, oh hey, did his mother...
Hope his mom doesn't read that.
Oh, you write comic books, okay.
But it's
Gotta
so
rule 2
stylized.
universes?
It's stylized and detailed in the artwork, and it just sets a whole mood. Like, this book is so, like I said, I was kind of like on the fence, but by issue 2, I was like, oh yeah, all aboard the hype train. I don't want him to come back. Steven can be, we're done with him. Can we kill him off in the MCU and then just bring in Clea? Like,
Well, I was gonna,
it's Charlize Theron anyway. I'm just saying.
well, I was gonna say that movie came and went, and he didn't come back. So I mean,
I'm just saying.
To be fair,
we can keep him out for a while.
Marvel likes. I'm sure Marvel is looking at how to not have a big
not to have another
budget.
Jane Foster issue.
Yeah, you want to, you get the big talent to get people in, and they say, oh, look at these new aspiring stars we're showing you. They'll die eventually, but that's okay, so does everyone. It's the circle of commerce.
Circle of capitalism, agreed.
Quite the circle.
Commerce, not necessarily capitalism.
Quite the circle.
Everybody has commerce. Only capitalists exploit.
Circle jerk.
Now look, you go to your room and think about what you just said.
I learned it from Harley Quinn. No.
This isn't the sidekicks feed, Philip.
Classy. Oh, so you actually did, Lilith, you actually did read Genis-Vell Captain Marvel #1?
No, I just saw that it was out.
Oh, okay.
And I figured you would love it, and that was your segue.
Why don't you tell us about it, Phil? Because I know you got it. Because it's one of the books I'm going to read too, but I haven't read it yet.
I was going to say, wait, was he an Avenger? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on.
No. No, we're saving it. We're saving Ant-Man and Captain America. No.
Okay, perfect.
I'll mention him in Avengers Declassified when we get to all of our theory portion. But yes, tell us about Genis-Vell.
I mean, it's. I was wondering how they were going to bring him back, Peter David. I mean, again, simple, but it makes sense because the original Genis was basically he was just grown from like his father's DNA. He was
as you do.
He was a clone and just gave all these fake memories of having a childhood with his father, he never did. And so it's like Peter David's just like, oh, new clone, just download the memories into this clone. Oh, okay, Genis is back.
How you feel about that though? Do you feel like that was a shortcut that you didn't want them to take, or just any way that you can get them back, you're okay?
I guess anyway, because I don't know. Though there's a whole weird thing in Thunderbolts where Zemo basically just like ripped them apart and put them in 2 different like pocket universes. So it's like, oh, he can't reassemble. I mean, he had gotten way too powerful the way they did it. So,
power creep that kills a character quickly.
Exactly. And I mean, this is only a 5-issue series, but I hope the character sticks.
Oh, really?
Around. I think so. Well, this and Gambit, I think, are only 5 issues.
Yeah, I know Gambit is.
Yeah, like this 90s stuff, I think they're only giving them like 5 issues a piece. So.
I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, I mean, they're looking to expand that whole, Captain America and Captain Marvel brand all the way through. So, I thought that, maybe he's going to show up in somewhere.
Before this, he even showed up in Carol
because,
Danvers.
Like I said, Brie Larson is on her last leg.
Well, yeah, that's where he showed up in Carol Danvers' book. So
yeah.
He could take over now. If it wasn't for Kelly Thompson, I'd be like, you know what, end that book. But
and like I said, she put in the hard work because she was so unrelatable for so long.
Oh yeah,
Kelly has done so much. I'm just not a part of that particular Danvers core.
Oh yeah. And of course, I mean, okay, character you never heard of. Guess who shows up in the last page? I guess maybe to be our big bad.
Oh, really?
Thanos. Yep. I mean, there is press.
That's a lot of pressure.
I mean, that is precedent, though. I mean, his father fought him. He fought him a couple times. So, I mean.
So it's basically like throwbacks and Easter eggs and stuff like that, basically.
And I don't know if they're going to bond.
An ultimate shot. You killed my daddy!
And I don't know if they're going to bond him and Rick Jones again because, they're both, like, going through issues. Like, Rick was in the hospital and it's, like, basically falling through floors and stuff,
Oh, dear.
Losing molecular cohesion, so I don't know if they're going to...
Somebody get Reed Richards on the phone.
And we're going to...
Unstable molecules can fix unstable molecules. Mark my words.
Going to bond these two again, maybe. But no, it was good. And again, it's by Peter David, so... Who wrote those, Genis's two... Well... The 2 good ongoing series, the one that both got 25 issues apiece, because there was a 90s, but that only lasted like 6 issues. But anyway,
I don't want to talk about that right now.
Not the ponytail, the one with cosmic awareness.
Why is it when a character starts wearing a ponytail, it is just a bad side, man?
No adult
Ask Superman
should wear a ponytail unless they're in between hairstyles.
Unless they're a villain.
Well. Although, to be fair, Qui-Gon Jinn had a ponytail and long hair. And he was arguably the villain of the piece. So,
Ooh.
if not for Qui-Gon Jinn's insistence on a weird religious text that he was obsessed with, the universe might have been so much better. Just saying. You can blame the Emperor, but there were a lot of enablers along the way. People believing in the philosophy that the Force isn't about your philosophy. The Force is about the Force. It's just a force.
Of course.
And maybe you should stop trying to force it into your little view of the world. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. That makes you a Sith.
There's nothing wrong with being a Sith. No Sith shaming.
Now, I will shame a Sith. I will shame everyone.
The Sith had it right. I'll say it.
You know, you can make the argument that if the Force is nature and the nature is the flow, then the flow is, just do what you want. And that be do as you will, and that be the whole of the law. And there's an entire argument to say that that is nature.
Hey, the Sith...
Nature is do as you will, and that be the whole of the law. And that is the Force. And the idea that the Force needs to serve good is a presumption of what good is.
Propaganda!
Exactly.
The Sith will allow you to marry.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Anywho,
It's okay.
I think you guys have a whole other show to do, so...
Yes!
Let's wrap it up. Mama's sober on a Friday.
To give you a preview,
Charlie show.
Tristan wants to do a little cosplay in front of the camera. We'll do that in the next show. So there we
go. You broke down and got him that Beyonder costume.
No, Tristan, he was going to do it while I was in the bathroom, and then, I came out of the bathroom. He was like, dang it!
Foiled again by my color!
All right. So, let's get out of here. All right. So, yes, kids, stay tuned later in the week for a Secret Wars review, and maybe we'll touch on some Captain America Symbol of Truth and Ant-Man #1. So,
looking forward to the coverage.
So, but send your thoughts. What did you think of Harley Quinn in the great...
Bang kill indeed.
Hey-oh! And the great Nightwing himself. Email us, CapesandLunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Capes and Lunatics on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Find links for all the various social medias for all the shows we do. And yes, Lilith Hellfire, the Cash App link. Kids, Lilith Hellfire needs money. She's about to move. Come on. Make it rain in the Cash App. As that madman once said, make it rain, kids.
Make it rain.
All right. So, yes, Cash App. And, of course, subscribe to the Patreon. Yes, we'll get to the Patreon, but subscribe to the YouTube channel. More impressive than Charlie S. or New. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything goes up there. Interviews, specials, every episode we do. So smash that subscribe button per Lilith Hellfire's orders.
Smash it.
And, of course, like I was saying, Patreon. Please subscribe there. Once again, we're out here on our own. No millionaires backing us up. So, yes, every little bit helps. At $3 to $5 gets you early access to creator interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats. And in August, we're going to have a special guest.
I got the good mic out.
2 creators for the price of 1. All right. And again, it's coming soon. Superhero.
It's going to be called The Conversation. I believe it's going to be the title of that episode.
Oh my God. Oh, here he said it's going to be off the rails with Fabian. Anyway. All right. Superhero movie brackets. We will find the worst superhero movie of all time because Lilith loves pain.
That's okay. Next year we're going to do Billy Awards. I'll make it up to you, bud.
Oh my God, every month.
Wait, did we say we're going to do Lily Awards?
Billy
Awards, like, in Harley Quinn.
Yeah, but we could call them the Lily Awards, and that's even better. Just
like the Twippies, but in reverse.
The Lil Award.
Yeah, the Lilies. I like it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, everyone a little lily, which is the symbol of death, and that is perfect.
It's perfectly on brand for her.
Wait, is
All
that
right.
why lilies are my favorite flower? Oh, no. I've got a lot to unpack after we're done with this.
Weeping Willows. Hey, anyway, so get yourself some superhero movie brackets. Again, July will be Green Lantern vs. Catwoman.
Me? Wow.
Oh, boy. All right.
I was on board for Catwoman for the first 2/3 of the film. And then I realized there's another third left to this film.
I know, it wasn't ending. All right, and again. All right, so yes, if that's not enough, pick yourself up. Be cool. Capes and Lunatics merch.
Take a life, save a life, but you're keeping this nobody's business.
Hell, that'd make a pretty good earn, too, kids. Bury your loved ones at Capes and Lunatics merchandise.
Honestly, I hope...
Actually, bury them in a tree, please. Thank you.
There you go.
You can put the tree in the Capes and Lunatics. The tree ain't gonna worry about a little bit of stainless steel. It's gonna burst right through that with its powerful roots. That's what roots do.
All right, so Lilith Hellfire, where can people talk to you about, well, God forbid, whatever you're doing?
If you nerds want to see what I'm up to over on the interwebs, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire, on Instagram at Lilith Hellfire69, and of course on TikTok, making all the comments and maybe possibly some content if y'all get me to 1,006 followers.
1,069.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
1,069.
Did you get a ride on your alligator back, bro? Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
That's right. Remember that, Supreme Court.
Somebody's muffin's getting buttered. That ain't my business.
Charlie Esser.
Well, you can always write to me in that old-fashioned email way the way their mothers and fathers once did at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. And, of course, follow me on the Twitter as I live tweet things, which I almost never do. Although Stargirl's coming back
In August.
at Charlie Esser. That's like Monday, buddy. At CHARLIE.
No, that's another month, buddy.
No, it's Monday, buddy.
End of August?
I don't know how days...
End of August?
End of August. Well, yes, but August is...
Okay, but I said end August. That's what I just said!
In the middle!
Fair enough. In the middle is the E, because that comes from ESSER. Look for the 2 E's in the middle. For what, Maz, my one true friend?
For quality.
Bing!
Thank you, Maz. I know there was someone I could trust.
He's uncancelable! Ha!
I am. Try and do it.
I don't know what's going on. All right, kids, for another week, we have been your Capes.
Ampersand.
Heavy on the Lunatics this week, guys.
Heavy on the alcohol.
I wish.
Oh my God, that's right, kids. That's why Lo's out of control. She's sober.
Always a mistake.
Truly.
20 seconds ago, Lilith wants to be sedated.
Mainline it.
That's the only way it affects you anymore.
Somebody get freaking Vibe on the phone.
Hey, oh. All right, kids. Come back next time. Or the joke will be on you. Good night.
That's that egg on your face.